Me too, Deef, me too. Welcome in. Welcome in, Deef, welcome in, Flixium. Only 4:20 AM. Can't sleep. Well, let's engage your brain, shall we? Here to that and that. Click and click and drag and close and open. Welcome in, Blueberry. One of the things I've been doing to help me go over previous things is actually watching Wild Refrain's playthrough of it. Of this game. It is quite fun watching others discover things as well. And there was something I saw on his stream. I saw it before he did, but he did see it as well. So it's a little bit iffy as if it was a spoiler. Just trying to find the screenshot I took of it. You can see it here. You see that? Here's the deer. There as well. So the question is, where is 10? Catacombs, the cog room, basement, well, getting down to the basement, under the foundation, the fountain, sealed passage. So we need to get a closer look at this. There's going to be a magnifying glass job. Now we also have another thing that I still don't have the answer for. All the way back here, one of the first pictures I took. One of the first pictures I took. Here. There are a couple of time-related things in this room. In the den. So that's pointing at just after 9:15. This doesn't actually work as a time. Does it? Yeah, that's just not quite above the horizontal line. I might have to be at the den at specific times. When did I spot it? I spotted it when Wild put it up on screen. Just before he spotted it, it's like, there's something near. It has been a while since I've gone through looking at this. Like now looking at this, there's something over there. There's more new clue stuff I want to talk about as well. Yeah, we got the name of the angel from here. There's stuff we need to work out about castle. We know about that. Oh, that's pointing towards the machine. We found out about this. Okay, we need to read that. I still don't know about this, and there's the denoted in verse treble clef. So the main message from the music sheets we have. But there's something about this bar and a treble clef saying denoted in verse. Oh, there's the West information. We still don't know who Courtney is. A cousin of Mum. From Lionel? Does Herbert have kids? It's probably going to be from Lionel. So many screenshots, so many letters. Clock strikes falling. Tosser. What this? This image here also features in a new clue. Don't think there's anything special about those specs. There's an image from here, there's a message from the... So this is in the ballroom. There's a message from a picture in the safe house in some sort of office building. And a picture from the shelter. I believe it's the shelter. That's false. I need new pictures there. I want to go through the that list as well. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. So yeah, match the counters for the safe in here. I think these are the books that Herbert had to leave behind with his trick, with his journey. Saying coincidence 45292, that must have significance elsewhere in the house. Significant? Coincidence? Denoted in verse. There's got to be something to do with additional with the music sheets. That's why I haven't removed music sheets from my goals list. Rest far. Rest far, urgent will in seems to. Nothing about that's making sense though. If we count small gates, if we count small gates, yeah, there. It does feel a little cheap though. I don't know when I would have seen this. What my new clue thoughts are? Yeah, let's go to that then. There is something that I straight up learned from that Wild worked out that I hadn't worked out, and I don't know when I would have made that connection. But I had worked out the individual parts of it, I just hadn't put them together. But there is, and there's another bit of that I've had that I think I realize exactly what new clue is telling me. Okay, new clue. So, new clue has signs in there saying Route 8, depart, keep left, 210 fork, turn right, dead end. There are these little things here as well, but they don't really have relevance at the moment because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. And that is significant because when we come to a new clue, showing here, that is saying red book page A word X, green book page C word A, violet book page B word Y, blue book page Z word X, and then over here it's got the way X, Y, Z, A, B, C. And I was counting. I was going like page B, X, Y, Z, A, B. But something that Wild pointed out, I don't know when I would have identified it myself. Like, it is hinting towards it because it is right there. Those numbers, 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. That is X, Y, Z, A, B, C. So page A, so I'm just going to do this off the side here, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. So the red prints, I'm just going to pull up another one here because I've got the books just straight up in a subfolder, makes it easy to navigate. The red print page A is page 10. Assume page count starts on title page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Word X is word 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn. Turn is a much better starting word than anything else I'd ever done. The. Turn. Roman rune. Page C is page 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Word A is word 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Scorched. Let's do this again. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Word A, word 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool, scorched. New clue, page B. Page 1. Word Y, page 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn scorched sundial. And then the fixed stars. Page Z is page 3. 1, 2, 3. Word X is word 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn, scorched, sundial, base. Alright. And then the other thing, which is all me. This one is all me. The suspect is minor. The suspect is not M-I-N-E-R. The suspect is major. This one is true because it's handwritten. The suspect is a key. Or a key. A dot key. Over here we have a suspect list, which is Rose Barley 50, Richard Scott 12, Frond Navford 32, Sandra Dillian 14, Bo Lee 16, Charles Riskel 12, Christoph Clark 25. Suspect list is here. The suspect is minor. This one here, the suspect is minor. The suspect is under 18. Richard Scott, Sandra Dillian, Bo Lee, Charles Riskel. The suspect is major. Major. A Rajan word, small name. The smallest name is Bo Lee. Bo Lee is a key. Bo Lee is admin key. So we need to go turn a scorched sundial, and we need to go use Bo Lee as an admin key. I did try Bo Lee as an... I tried something like this as an admin key. I was trying key itself. I've never been to Blackbridge to try Bo Lee as an admin key. Now, there's still something about the cuckoo clocks in a new clue that I still need to work out. It is some good thing you're a sick person. Let's go get our allowance. 44. CP mask and 2 gems. Don't mind if I do. We have Blessing of the Dancer for 3 more days. I really want to get classrooms. I could use Banner of the King now. Choose blue. And hopefully Schoolhouse comes up. That, because classrooms are blue as well. That's a possibility. Or that ocean, yeah. Okay, we'll spend some steps to begin with. I don't feel like save scumming, no. But I am at that point in the run. I am at that point. Bo Lee. You just don't put the one at the end. What does this give us? I still can't change that. It's not going to give me anything more in here. Three new admin keys have been added to the network's user database. Lieb, Provc, and Hown U. These are different from the other delisted admins I'd found. Probsy and How New. Do I know these people? I've never come across names like this before. At least I haven't written down. Oh, I did it with an O. I did it with an O at the end. I had tried it. And then when I didn't try it without the O and then I walked away, I can see the Scream channel now. View access restricted to the following admin keys: Lee, Probs, and How New. Probsy, Lee, we're planning something later this year and need to make sure communication here is not being archived. Are there additional steps we can take to ensure privacy? Lee B, already taken care of. We're now bypassing message archiving. Randolph shouldn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Behind Randolph's back as well. Good, no one else on the estate knows we're here, other than Mary, of course, who saw Lee on Tuesday, but How New has a plan to take care of her. If it must be done, it must be done. Just see to it that the body is not discovered. The last thing we need is for the Red Guard to be snooping around here. Just making sure that their names weren't on the new clue suspect list. Polly was in a book by Mary. Was the book actually by Mary? She won't be found, rest assured. Who are these people? This is best for now. I'll meet you all at the safe house in Reddington in 4 days. Then once the inquiry is over, we'll proceed with our plans for the museum. Resuming operations. When... I need my timeline. When did Mum disappear? Mum disappeared February the 20th, 1987. But then she stole from the museum. On September the 2nd, 1987. So they got her on board. When did they go into the safe house? When were they taking a ride? Okay, they didn't. The pump main was checked out on March 26th. And messages were in the safe from August. Okay, they didn't kill her. They didn't kill Mum. Resuming operations. Welcome back, Lab. Been camping out in an old schoolhouse for the past month, waiting for your return. It's spacious, quiet, and should prove to be an effective base of operations outside the purview of the staff and the Baron. There's something else happening at the same time. I'm definitely going to need to have to insert all this into my timeline. We should have an opening on the first day of September. Can we be ready by then? I don't see why not. Negotiations for transportation in the final stages. If all goes well, we'll have air passage to New Orleans secured for that date. 1st of September. The 2nd of September was when the jewels were stolen. Is this a different operation? I think Moore is planning for scheduled maintenance soon. We should likely wrap things up here. I say it's time to scrub these logs. I might fall into some scrutiny in the near future. Prophecy Honuli be delisted and deleted from user database. Oops. Scheduled maintenance was 2 years later. Wow. Why is Leap still there? Interesting, interesting. Come in, Willow. Sundial, let's go get the sundial. Turn scorched sundial base. It's not scorched. Click and drag. Scorched sundial base. That's the only sundial I can think of. What do I need to do to turn this? What information do I have about this? Like, is it going to be related to a furnace? Actually, the fastest way to find information is just read the book again. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas line to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room of the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations do not extend beyond the matchless interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including when onward to the orchard smudge pot. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas burning stack heads prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. And the smudge pots are not in use. The orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. Do I need to turn the other ones off so there's more power to this one? So I wouldn't say this is scorched. Is there another sundial somewhere that is scorched? So I'm supposed to save gas for other things. Maybe other things need to save gas for me. Oh, give me a second. Lead smash! Scorched. Burning glass. I need to scorch it. Okay, just give me a second. Just something quick I need to do. It's over here making stupid jokes. Yes, but those jokes shook something loose in my head. I might be wrong, but it is something. It makes sense, and it's something for me to do, to test, to come back with. It gives me something to draft for in the house as well. How many steps I'm using before I even start? It is going to use even more steps, but there is something I want to test before I go to the outer room. No, this is all the grounds. I don't think this is going to work. Cool. Do I need access to that side? I do have access to that side. I've got the reservoir height set to move the boat over. Okay, no classroom. I'm going to go tool shed. The gear wrench. That's the first time I've seen this. And that not be from a trade. Okay, what am I drafting for? A burning glass. That is a metal detector and a magnifying glass. Hey, look, I could have re-rolled the outer room. I mean, it's tempting. I just get that right now. I can rotate. I would rather it be at the end. Okay, nothing bonus. Here's my lab. Yeah, let's do a lab. And what is the lab's rarity? Commonplace? Yeah, you can say commonplace. Oh. What's my experiment? Security door, red room, 2 or more gems drafting a room. Set dice to 2. Set steps to 40. Never done this one. This and this are honestly a fun combination. Let's not do this yet. Let's wait till we've used up some steps. I don't need the money at the moment. Lose 5 steps and then set your steps to 40. We can use that if we're getting desperate on steps. Hey look, read rooms. Have you been in here with the burning glass? Just set everything on fire? That sounds like fun. Does that sound like fun? I think it sounds like fun. Spare terrace is good here. Work our way towards the foundation. Yeah, let's grab my reroll dice here. Gear wrench is really funny item because you get on day 5 and then make the boiler room and pump room rare. Yeah, that would suck. Funeral parlor, break room, both of those are good. This gives me a trophy. Let's save those for the lab experiment. Honestly, why don't they just do the lab experiment? My steps get low, I just make another red room. It can help me unlock all doors later on. Lose 5 steps and then set your steps to 40. Let's do it. Can't stop me. Also, thank you whoever followed Blade. $13 take away 10 is 3 squared is 9. 1 squared is 1, plus 3 is 4, squared is 16, take away 4 is 2. 3 squared is 9, plus 1 is 10. Wait up a second. Three squared is 9, plus 1 is 10, squared is 100, divided by 20 is 5, divided by 5 is 1. Okay, if we get that done, and then we can do experiment and complete the, and unlock all doors. Drawing room. Yeah, I like a drawing room here. Drawing room is gem neutral. Garden key? No. Okay. Whenever you draft a red room, lose 5 steps and set your steps to 40. There's no change. Maybe I should have gone in and then with a delay it would have given me the steps. Oh, I like empty closet here. See, there was a delay in the steps being set to 40. Do it again. How many stars do I have? Can't see here, can I? Let's save funeral parlor for later. It's common, and it'll help get my steps back up later. 4-room, multi-rooms are more common. So grab the gem and the ability to spend stars. Do I do that? Yeah, I'll do that. Oh yeah, it completely negates weight room. What happens if I'm at 5 steps? Let's go from drawing room because we can redraw. Oof. Archive's still bad. I don't want archives here. We redraw. Cloister's not bad. Great Hall. Hallway I can go around the other way. Great Hall's not bad. I'm gonna have every door opened soon. Yeah, let's go Great Hall. Workshop would be good. There's my weight room. That just gives me a key. I don't get to use the library side of it. I'm going to redraw. Okay, let's do a chamber of mirrors. I need to make this less common now. Gems. I should be able to get along the other side from the Great Hall. I might go do the foundation stuff now. Come back and do Great Hall later when I have turned off, when I've unlocked all doors. The only when you're at 0 steps, you can't interact with anything. I froze there for a second because I thought I needed to go down the elevator, but I didn't. Got to do it for keycard. The only time I have recovered from passing out is going into a bedroom. Don't need to save these for an experiment. Let's go this way. Garden key here? Yeah, sure. Don't need to do this from the Great Hall now. Hey. Yep. Go south. Conference room. My spread has already occurred. Let's go commissary. What have you got for me? Nothing to make me a burning glass. I'll take a parlor here. Secret tunnel. What do I want from a secret tunnel? A red room? A red room gives me dark room. It gives me aquarium. It gives me funeral parlor. It gives me closed exhibit. Reading note gives me library. What does library give me? Don't know, we'll find out. Still don't want an archive. Okay, can I bring that up again, please? There we go. You found a floor plan. Gems. There's going to be a bunch of coins, isn't it? No, gems. Cool. Just need to study now. Must have been a really tiny chest. Ooh, good. There's a thing in the lab I want to look at. Read. We've read everything. I don't need library for books anymore. And the basement map. Yeah, that was really good to get. Yeah, weight room. Done with the books. Weight room. Oh no, my steps. Oh no, my steps. Ah. It's 3 successful triggers. Keep going. Sure. Another empty closet. Do I need the master key today? Could we draw looking for another empty closet? I can always put it back when I'm done with it. Means I don't have to worry about turning off everything as well. Yeah, let's get the master key out. Ding. Oh, I want that. We'll get the weight room again later. Now, I have 3 workshops in my draft pool. You get items in them. I think we're going to keep them as unusual. They're more likely to show up just because I've got more of them. Battery pack. Do I need a power hammer? I think a jackhammer is going to be better at the moment. Potentially find me a vault key. I don't think the vault key is buried. Do I want a power hammer? I don't have anything. I don't have anything to smash. that a sledgehammer doesn't just smash for me. Where a jackhammer is actually going to give me gems. But I might. I'll just find all the ingredients again. 24 gems. Let's rotate the archives. I mean, sure, why not? I need green. I need to find a metal detector. I need green. There's a red room as well. Sure. Solarium. Patio spreads gems. We'll get that later. I suppose you can. I've never seen a metal detector in here. Needs to be a button up there to use master key. Alright, what have you got for me? The library I'm going to make rear. I've got the reading nook as well. Let's confirm that. The terrace, that can be rear too, because I've got the spare terrace. And the reading nook will keep that commonplace. Oh, nice. Let's go through the rotunda for that one. Because it means I can rotate it. Shame didn't open the north door. I don't mind a treasure trove here. Can open that. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Black moon green. Oh, the paradox. Black box holding a moon and the treasure trove. The memo is green. It says boxes marked with moon always contain false statements. Well, it has to be a lie. This cannot be true. They cannot always contain false statements. Because this box is marked with a moon. So that just cannot be a case. Carry on. Sure. Every door is open from here. Let's drive from the rotunda because I can rotate it from here. Another weight room. Make it even more likely to draft unusual buildings. When I get a kitchen and I have the food that goes 5 for every green room, it's going to go crazy. We're going to keep the weight room till later. We're going to go solarium here. There's still no other item. Who needs that key? I've got the master key. Courtyard, not bad. This could give me the metal detector. Or it could give me nothing at all. +5 dice, don't mind if I do. I was hoping for another conservatory. I could re-roll for one. +2. Does laundry give me anything? More gems. I'm not worried about gems today. I think it's time for a funeral parlor. I don't mind a funeral parlor here. This is going to give me a silver key or a prism key. This... Did I take the conference room? I didn't take the conference room. I had the option to take it after the secret garden. But I don't need the money. How do we do a funeral parlor here? If it gives me another secret garden key, can I get 2 secret gardens? One, 2, 3, 4, 5 gems. I've got 26. The only reason I want more is if I were going for a freezer, which I probably will do, but I think I'm just going to do this now. The gems are on the desk. Well, that's false. The gems are in this box. Could be true. False, false, true. Now, if I get this wrong, I lose 30 steps, and then I really, really need to pull a red room. And that is 40 completed. How are you hiding in there? You're too wide to be held in the pedestal as well. The logic trophy in recognition of your unending pursuit of the truth. The logical trophy. Trophy! I don't mind the mail room here. A ranger's going to help me get my... Here we go, veranda. This is going to help me get my metal detector. And carry out can go anywhere. Blade smash! Blade dig. Blade get gem. Throw that on the pile. Get keys that I don't need to use. 3 old keys. Great. Let's fill in the outside of the house, shall we? Red room, red room. Actually, I kind of want to get a patio over there. Vault. I can re-roll to try to get the... Oh, steps get set to 40. Then I go in and get my sleeping mask. That's just going to make it harder for me to get the... to get my metal detector. Okay, we're not ready for another weight room. Hey look, gems. Hey look, keys. Hey look, gems. This is going to be a freezer day. Yeah, we're going around the outskirts of everything. Weight room. Fine. Fine, I'll finally take weight room. What happens if you get 2 archives? These 5 steps, I'll go in, and it gets it to 40. Another redundant. Okay. Is it time to go for patio? No, I can still get another carry yard. Let's see if we can get the carry yard here. And another aquarium. Another cloister as well. Sure. Hey look, keys. Hey look, gems. Hey look, gems. There's my carry yard. I have a metal detector lying around somewhere. Lead smash. Maybe I start re-rolling for another workshop and get my metal detector from there. Yeah, I'm regretting taking the maze chamber. Break room, coat check. I don't mind a clock tower. You can get an item up here, but I don't think I'm going to with the maid's chamber. Oh, I do not need this, but let's go for it. It's annoying how the time starts before you can move. What have you got for me? Just open the door! Passageway, go. What have you got for me? Secret passage, Dovecote bedroom. Now we're going to read all those. Another rotunda, ballroom, archives. No thank you. Fine, give me a dark room. This way, this way. No, let's go this way. Patio, go. How am I going to get my metal detector? That's what I'm thinking too, Arthur. I'm thinking I need to go and check security. Log in from the lab and check security. Or just to check security. Security is common, I'm fine with that. No, there isn't one. That is interesting. That is interesting. I think I don't have any green rooms left. No, I still want to keep the master key. Okay, 2 rooms left. Workshops. I need to draft 2 workshops. No, there's a carry yard here and a carry yard here. I just got to roll for a workshop. Now. I've got 2 images of this. When I first saw the images, I thought it was Blackbridge. But it is not, it is security. Delete that. Archives. Maybe I need a powered hammer. How close is my den? It's almost the time that's on the clock. I have to do that another time. Yeah, I think I'd go for workshop for the first one, and then we go for freezer for the next one. And then in the attic, it was pointing out the office. So I delete it on the archives, and a circle that's all been crossed out in the attic. Do anything with these? Is there going to be anything with this here, is there? No. Let's order a magnifying glass. Metal detectors aren't normally this hard to come across. Let's got other things need to. Okay, let's try and get a workshop here. You can stay unusual. Ah. Plastic key just makes this room trivial. Didn't even need to go and flood radiation. Num 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 num. Okay, last room. If I get a freezer, do I take it? If I get a freezer, I take it, I think. Whee! Does get me into the chamber of mirrors. Don't quite yet have another one. Freezer. I think I just take this. $44 gems, 51 coins. They can make a really good classroom run. What else am I rolling for? Another workshop, and I don't guarantee I get anything from that. Okay. I want to check the lab. And I want to check the... Where's my code check? Let's go to code check. Check the master key in. And then come back to the lab. Oh, I can go underground on the way there as well. And we'll also go check the lab and then finish in the break room. Tire's going down. I've got the running shoes as well, don't I? This was a fun one. Yeah, if I need to get across over that side, I don't need the elevator. So I've got that. Where's it going? So we have a buried floor plan marked with 10. Yeah, it's not visible there. Yeah, I can get to that. Last one. Well, we've got another trophy coming up in our future. That would be 8. I don't. Yeah, we're not going to room 46 today. Let's go dig this floor plan up with gusto. Lost and found. 2 rare items. Whenever you enter this room, you will lose 1 random inventory item. Okay. That's everything found then. There's always been a history of things disappearing on the estate, including this very floor plan, which has been lost for many years itself and missing from the directory. Now that's been found, some long lost items from Mount Holly's past might finally resurface. Oh, awesome! Put it out of the way. It's one you can run through, but you don't want to have to run back through this room. I want to have a read through all of these. The cornerstone of the house, unvarying and unchanging foundation, one of the only constants of the estate which can truly rely. This natural cavity was hollowed directly out of the mountain itself, with the stone and earth walls displaying an underlying coarseness that the rest of the mansion conceals. Past the steps and beyond the grand doors, admission to Mount Holly's grounds is by way of a dark and garish lobby, suitably called the entrance hall. From here, each guest of entrance begins. However, the 3 doors that proceed onwards and always lead to the same adjoining rooms. An unfinished, and otherwise unremarkable empty room. A few potted plants scattered throughout this empty space, complement a few strokes of green plate would haphazardly applies to one of the room's unfinished walls. Circular chamber with a dome ceiling adorned with narrow mechanical gears. In the centre of the room, a stone podium reveals as a central pivot point of the chamber's true purpose, rotation. A fitting function for a room named Rotunda, which means clockwise room in Arajan. Which one's room and which one means clockwise? I'd guess that RO means clockwise and OR would mean anti-clockwise. And Tunda is room. I've never seen a word or a part of a word need more than 4 letters. Funeral parlour. This solemn room exudes an atmosphere of reflection, logic, and measured mourning. A dignified parlour game has been strategically placed a short distance from the casket, providing the bereaved with a gentle distraction. A fitting tribute, we think, to the deceased fondness for puzzles. A dimly lit staff break room equipped with a comfortable lounge area, coffee snack station, and a collection of billiard games for the staff to ponder over. This cosy space served as a 15-minute haven for the employees seeking a brief escape from their daily tasks. A small chamber dedicated to the exhibition of art, ideal for showcasing smaller series and collections. Before his passing, actually, Sinclair personally selected the artwork that was displayed here each year, purposefully omitting the composition's titles to leave interpretations of each piece for the viewers themselves to realise. Unsurprisingly, Key 8 unlocked a room leading to a familiar-looking room, a cryptic room that has been previewed in the final 8-letter artwork exhibited in the gallery. It is now time to ruminate over the bins, sins, and pins contained within. A very modest recessed space used for storage. This particular closet is favoured by the junior members of the staff who utilise it to stash away sorted articles and knickknacks whose proper place in the estate is yet unknown to them. I've done that one. Here. The stylish and smart clothes of this generally sized closet belong to the former mistress of the estate, Lady Epson. Though the small dressing room has not been used in many years, it is nevertheless kept up and preserved in the state you now find it. High above the mansion in its lofty perch, Mount Holly's attic provides curious explorers with a cache of dusty keepsakes, trinkets, and clues from a long-forgotten past. Clues. A clue? Dedicated storage space filled from end to end with a surplus of chairs, carpets, paintings, and a handful of other things that had at one time been in vogue and on display in other rooms of the house. Chop chop. A snug corner reading room which serves as a quiet private place for guests to spend a few hours of the afternoon away from the hustle and bustle of the staff. Entering and exiting through the west-facing private drive, the garage serves as a more practical and informal entrance point to the estate. A small recital hall providing an ideal setup for musical performers and the accompanists. It is not uncommon for at least a few recitals and performances to be held in this intimate setting each year. 3, 4. Time. This poolside locker room is of course not always poolside, but it's much more convenient for guests when it is, and much less annoying for the servant who must follow the dripping swimmer across the house searching for their locker. A more traditional family room, warm and inviting, so comfortable one might assume that the countless clocks surrounding the sofas are placed in a futile attempt to avoid inevitably wasting the entire day here. Mentions clocks in there, interesting. A short staircase leads down to this below-ground cellar, revealing an impressive collection of bottles from every respectable vintage of the last 200 years. To the seasoned wine aficionado, the labels displayed here would indicate a preference for prioritising extravagance and rarity over quality. The polished brass of the treasured laurels filling the trophy cases of this room reveal the pride the owner must feel having earned them. Achievement is its own reward, but a gold cup is also nice. An opulent hall with a polished mirror floor. In the old days, numerous balls and dances were held in this splendid room. However, as he aged, the Baron began to prefer private parties in the parlour over the grand formal receptions of his youth. A well-stocked pantry is always a true test of a large estate, and keeping Mount Holly's wide gamut of ingredients and supply stocked has always been one of the primary priorities of the house staff. A uniquely modern-fashioned gaming room, the Rumpus Room has provided many guests of the estate with the countless hours of recreation. The room is outfitted with a record player, 2 television sets, a collection of board games, and a mysterious antique fortune-telling automaton named Elzara. A secure on-site depository filled with steel walls and numbered lockers, the fortified strong room holds a good portion of this clear fortune, despite the fact that several inventories have led accounts to assume the true legacy is hidden elsewhere. The late Sinclair's personal home office, a room he used exclusively for business affairs and the running of the estate, a task he took increasingly more satisfaction in overseeing in his later years. A social sitting room adorned wall to wall with artwork and drawings. An unfinished sketch of your uncle sits on an easel in the middle of the room, providing a vivid image of what were presumably his final days, depending on when the project was abandoned. After the passing of the Baroness Oravai, her private study was claimed by her eldest son Herbert Sinclair. For years he immersed himself in the countless notebooks she left behind, drawing inspiration from her discarded ideas. From mechanical puzzles to architectural blueprints, each endeavour he pursued in this room was realised in the shade of her creative legacy. That's fun. 2 stories of wall-to-wall books around the reader in this room, exhibiting either a bountiful spring of knowledge or typical interior design sensibilities of the wealthy. A few books have been withdrawn from the shelves and placed on rostrum stands in various corners of the library. Maybe we need to set them on fire. There isn't an invisible link. Gallery hints in rooms 5, 6, 7. Wonder. You don't get that one until after you've done it. Burn everything. Realize. Think. Reflections of reflections. This confusing room can sometimes prove disorientating to the wayward guest. However, upon closer inspection, they quickly realize that viewing this room from more than one perspective is key to unraveling its secret. How do I reset this? There's supposed to be an option to reset the rarity of this. It's supposed to be from the directory, the room directory, which I'm in. An indoor or Indian pool was one of the more modern additions to the estate, the inclusion of which provided a convenient excuse for putting a handful of other rooms, which not only complement an indoor pool, but are compulsory inclusions. It says in the conservatory that you can reset from the room directory. So maybe I need to be in the conservatory to reset. That's probably what you're saying there. I must have been in the conservatory when I got the option. As an architect and engineer, it was not uncommon to find your great uncle spending the better part of his weekends here, at a drafting table with T-square and compass in hand. Over half of the floor plans of Mount Holly were conceptualized, refined and drafted in this studio. The wrench does it when you draft a mechanical room. One of the benefits of the restoration of old buildings is that it allows the owners to update and add modern amenities. The utility closet and the circuit breaker box within was set up when gas-powered lighting was retired and replaced by a more fashionable home electrical system. Utility room serving as a central hub for controlling the heating and steam power supply to the various rooms of the estate. Steam power is conveyed in the estate through steam ducts that run through select rooms. These floor plans must be drafted in an alignment that will facilitate the steam travelling through the house to reach its intended destination. This facility, dedicated to the filtration and flow of water throughout the estate, houses 5 water pumps and 3 oversized tanks. The pump room can be utilised for a number of maintenance tasks, from draining the pool to activating the sprinkler system. A control room with state-of-the-art surveillance equipment, inventory system and access control via an electronic computer terminal. This room is where the estate's patrol guards kick up their feet and thank their stars they're living in the modern era. Springs, screws and coils scattered atop the workbench show signs of this room's frequent use. The craftsman's studio dedicated to creativity and invention. This room was used by your uncle regularly whenever he needed to fix or improve a gadget or contraption. A fully staffed research facility furnished with all manner of scientific equipment and measurement devices. This home laboratory provides a controlled environment in a remote location, far from prying eyes and traditional safety regulations. A traditional wood-lined Kororikan-style sauna, temperature-controlled and exceptionally relaxing. The invigorating effects of this room will leave you waking up the next day feeling rejuvenated. A cloakroom where guests may leave their coats, bags or hats in exchange for a claim ticket. This floor plan was usually drafted adjoining an entrance hall during larger social events such as the ball or gala. Drafted was italicsed. A dedicated mailing room in which incoming and outgoing posts and packages were sorted and then delivered within the estate to the intended recipients. Now with no contact delivery. Dedicated to deep freeze and cold storage, Mount Holly's freezer is an insulated space kept almost as frigid as the snowy mountains of Kororika. Hey, snow in Kororika. Sustaining a sub-zero temperature is vital for keeping the items in this room under ice. An intimate and warm room with a large dining table boasting a serving tray with a silver dome cover. Dinner is served here each evening. Housing an impressively large telescope, Mount Holly's observatory is a window to the world above and beyond the clouds and sky. Through its mirrored lens, even a novice stargazer will be able to distinctly appreciate the wonder signs and constellations that punctuate the tapestry of night. In his later years, H.N. Sinclair had become withdrawn from public life and conducted all business from the comfort and privacy of home. This included the occasional board meetings which were held in the professional setting of this room. In addition to having a bouquet of colourful fish swimming within them, each tank of the aquarium is also inspired by the decor and colours of the various types of rooms found throughout the estate, including 1 or 2 red herrings. Red herring, red herring. From its root meaning the room before, all signs and paths point towards the antechamber. This mysterious sealed room resting on the 9th rank may prove of quite an initial challenge to even reach, let alone enter. Still, you can't but draw a connection between this chamber and room 46. The mysterious room mentioned in H.S. Sinclair's will, named only by a number. Despite the house's official blueprint only showing a total of 45 rooms, the words of the legal document make it apparent that a 46th room in the house in fact exists. Finding this room is your primary objective, while in the estate it is after all your bequest. Draft bequest. A familiar room that you may have slept in at some prior visit in the past. Like most bedrooms of the estate, these quarters offer you a little rest and recuperation during a long day's exploring the surrounding rooms. A private salon with a plethora of fainting couches and chaise lounges that serve both as a dressing room for her ladyship in the mornings and as a cosy sitting room for her in the evenings. Some say the dead number among the guests of Mount Holly who have laid to rest in these beds. I don't think they are. Where's the one they had drafted? Improve. I don't think these are hints, but I'm going to write them down. Only. Rotunda. Wish there was a back button here. Ah, escape. Always, yes. Where's that in relation to the other ones? After Rotunda. Before workshop. Thank you. Only Rotunda, always, or improve drafted. Now that's... Ooh. If the guest's bedroom doesn't have laid to rest in it, then it's nothing. I'm pretty sure it is nothing. One of the rooms you vividly remember from your visits here in your youth, though even at times you remember feeling a little old for the activities provided here. The twin cribs found in this room might suggest that at one point in time there have been some hopeful expectations for sun and growth of the family tree. A cold empty room devoid of ornamentation and personal effects, this especially humble bedroom belonged to the Baron's personal valet, Hartley Rota, who had unchallenged access to even the most clandestine areas of the estate. The rustic wooden sack bunk beds evoke the enticing promise of campfire stories and childhood adventures. This bedroom serves as a pillow fort and bedroom to the young Sinclair boys, and has remained faithfully unchanged over the years. Tucked away quietly in the west wing of Mount Holly is the decorative bedroom of your grandmother, Lady Epson, the style you find unique in the house, a fitting tribute to her childhood home in Araja. H.S. Sinclair's own room, though perhaps soon you may consider it your own. One of the many nondescript hallways snaking through the estate and providing elegant causeways between the more noteworthy destinations that the house has to offer. The west wing of the estate has been closed since the death of Lady Epsom, and it's unsurprising therefore that this hallway in its neglected state features boarded windows and dust-smothered furniture. This fenestrated hallway overlooks the east side of the estate grounds and is warmed by the early day of the light and the rising afternoon sun. A long hallway with 2 doors at either end had once been your uncle's most frequently travelled rooms. Consequently, he had left strict instructions with the household staff that the doors of this corridor should never, under any circumstances, be locked. Next. A long cramped series of unfinished passages used primarily by the servant staff to traverse the estate quickly. A small dead-end room with an ordinary bookcase that exemplifies that the best means to escape the confinements of it has always been through books. The grand Baroque hall of Mount Holly is impressive to behold, with this ornamental passage is flanked with marble pillars and features bust statues of the more prominent figures of the Sinclair family legacy. A room with many doors and even more choices. The Great Hall is unquestionably the largest hallway of the house, but is always the least useful, for the doors lining its walls are always locked, perhaps for a reason. Terrace balcony overlooking the grounds providing an ideal spot for appreciating all the verdure and greenery that the estate offers. A roofed outdoor seating area located along the perimeter of the estate during the summer evenings is not unusual for the grill to be employed while entertaining acquaintances of a more informal nature. A charming spot granting guests a bit of fresh air and open skies within the privacy of the manor walls. You can't quite put your finger on it, but this room now really reminds you of the corridor. A covered walk-in colonnade surrounding an enclosed and seemingly inaccessible garden, a solitary angelic statue at the centre of this grassy patch provides the secluded court a hallowed atmosphere. This relaxing breezeway serves as an ideal spot for rocking chairs and lemonade. This room is always warm as its glass walls and roof help to retain the sun's rays. The gardener should be pleased that the long-neglected flower beds have finally been blessed with the glistening gift of the sprinklers installed above. The best thing to do with breakfast in the morning is a morning newspaper and a coffee. A floor plan so secretive it had been removed from the driving pool to avoid anyone unwanted accidentally stumbling upon it. The secluded garden, flanked by a variety of Moragi fruit trees, has served as a private retreat to at least 2 other generations of Sinclairs. There's the hint that the agriculturalists. The staff commissary is always stocked with household goods and supplies at a reasonable cost. This provides the service of the estate an invaluable service, especially to the live-in staff who may only expect to leave the property once or twice a month. A standard kitchenette with all the typical amenities, a stove, refrigerator, oven and sink. This gallery is where the cooking staff prepares the daily cuisine that will be later served in the dining room. Considering the amount of floor plans and different doors that can appear on a given day, it was only a matter of time before a full-time locksmith service became an essential requisite on the estate. An array of jewellery display cabinets showcasing an impressive selection of high-priced items, each unique and one of a kind. This exclusive collection is not for the faint of purse. A standard hub of domestic toilet complete with washers, dryers and a state-of-the-art steam-powered unit leveraging the newly installed steam ducts leading from the boiler room. Despite its innocent appearance, this inconspicuous space is rumoured to launder more than just linen. This cosy little bookstore is often tucked away in the more secluded corners of the estate, giving guests little opportunity to appreciate the curated selection of equally rare books it offers. Titles purchased in the bookshop will be automatically added to the library's book request form, which fittingly is the only room in which this rare floor plan can be drawn. A stone chamber filled with ancient weapons and armour from the Second Era. This room appears to predate almost every other room in the house directory and may in fact be an authentic floor plan from one of the lost strongholds of Verinda Urders. Thank you for visiting Mount Holly. We hope you enjoyed your stay here. A room welcome wild. A room one might go to great lengths to avoid, showing guests despite them always probing for its location. That's another always. Don't think that's a hint though, but it's there. Jess! Welcome on in. I don't have alerts here, but hey! Woo! Thank you for that raid. I'm currently playing some Blueprints near the end. Near the end. And at the moment, just reading over all of the previous rooms, just seeing if there's anything in there I've missed previously. What are we up to? Chapel. A private sacristy, as ornate as the most lavish rooms of the estate, is watched over by 8 Ajuran angels depicted in stained glass. This room was more a tribute to your uncle's vanity than it was to his faith. Now, it mentions 8, but there's only 7 on the walls. In what, the sentence? Yeah, probably. This is my alt channel, by the way. My main is BLA_DE. Haven't streamed since September. Live catch up being played, some going under. Cool. A typical example of the accommodations for the live-in staff in the estate are the pieces, particularly bedroom, belong to one of the maids. Countless shelves of documents and towering file cabinets make this otherwise immense space seem small and cramped. These archives contain almost a century of records and files pertaining to the Sinclair family's numerous interests, many of which are sealed and unable to be accessed. A half-court antenna for basketball and racquetball, which is seldom used by anyone apart from the junior staff during their lunch hour. At least they did before Mrs. Babbage disallowed the practice after noticing how worn out staff members were after a game. A room dedicated to photo processing, development and printmaking. This room is outfitted with safe lights which provide red illumination to which the photographic material is insensitive. However, due to a faulty installation, the safe lights often overload their circuit capacity and blow a fuse. An exercise room outfitted with weightlifting equipment, a good workout session here will wipe you out and leave you with little energy left for exploring. The main centralised heat source of the estate, you may find yourself starting to sweat after drives in this room. Wild. If you're still here. 2 weight rooms. When you draft a red room, lose 5 steps and then set your steps to 40. Our studio additions. This might be starting to get a little bit spoilery here for you all. I'm going to read it though. Dovecote, the towering loft serving home to many of the feathered locals of Mount Holly. As a devout bird watcher and amateur ornithologist, Mary had petitioned her uncle for years for this to be built on the estate. Oops. Home to several of Sinclair's hunting companions, and it can be assumed these friendly hounds have been anxious to meet their new master. Why is that going to red rooms? Access to Mount Holly's clock tower has always been heavily restricted, which might explain why maintenance has been unable to mend the perpetually halted clock face, a testament to the unchanging winds of the sacred hour. An exact copy of the floor plan used in the architectural design of Reddington Elementary. These copies were deployed on Mount Holly as a short-term solution to allow the curriculum to continue uninterrupted while the new schools being built in town. A quaint floral sitting room surrounded entirely by tinted glass panes. The solarium is ideal for tea in the afternoons and getting some sun without the hassle of going outside. These small sleeping quarters devoid of frills and distractions are ideal for the student, scholar or denizen of academia who wishes to focus on their studies without diversion or interruption. Study and sleep, rinse and repeat. In a neatly framed yet modestly sized hall, it has served as the original antechamber in the old days before eventually being removed from the estate for having doors that were prone to becoming stuck. The Mount Holly Casino offers an intimate and exciting setting for wagers of any scale, and guests may be surprised to discover how much strategy is involved in these machines, which are traditionally only thought of as games of chance. A buy-in of 2 gems is required for admittance into this exclusive room. Okay, Planetarium, a circular theatre featuring a dome-shaped projection screen upon which scenes of the stars and galaxies allow viewers to experience the splendour of the heavens. Mechanarium, an iron-vaulted mechanical chamber affixed with motorised panels that can reveal up to 8 different doors depending on the parameters at the time of creation. Turns out the oft-rumoured treasure of Mount Holly was more than just a rumour. The former seat of power of Aranda Edders before the current era and rise of the Red Banner. Going under all obstacles, the tunnel pierces through walls and rooms alike. This crudely excavated passage looks to be the work of some determined to get where they were going, regardless of whether the house floor plan is accommodating or not. This Baroque arboretum showcases and preserves the rarest specimens of every type and variety. Through selective propagation, the garden here may influence which flora will be considered commonplace during the next season. Lost and found. There's always been a history of things disappearing on the estate, including this very floor plan, which has been lost for many years itself and missing from the directory. Now that it's been found, some long-lost items from Mount Holly's past might finally resurface. A painstakingly produced, accurate reproduction of one of the so-called closed exhibits of the Fen Eaters Royal Museum. A simple shed with a variety of tools used by the groundskeepers in the course of their duties. An underground bunker located away from the main house, this fallout shelter was designed specifically for air raids and features thick walls made from lead and other materials intended to block radiation. A computer terminal within has been connected to the house's network system should an emergency necessitate remote access. Long before Reddington Elementary was opened, school convened in a single small building. As the student body grew over the years, the need for separate classrooms for each grade arose, and the Mount Holly schoolhouse was officially closed down. A sacred silence permeates this candlelit cavern, whose flickering lights add to the holy aura shining down upon a meditative statue. His stone hands present forth a stone bowl to the devout pilgrim who may wish to make an offering of gold. An underground store of jarred vegetables and fruits from Mount Holly's gardens. It's always amazing what great things come from a little digging around in the dirt. A squalor dwelling on the edge of the estate belonging to one of the groundskeepers. An outpost established on the outskirts of Mount Holly in the era before the New Realms, this station allowed frontiersmen and trappers of these mountains to trade goods and services with the estate, the locals, and one another. This Sinclair family crypt is as gloomy as it is immense. The true Sinclair legacy lies here, resting underneath the stones, a prey of distant relations and forgotten ancestors. Oh, that's a lot of reading. Now, what did I want to do? I wanted to read something in the lab. Wrong way. And call it a day in the break room. And I might be able to rush through another day. Cola is unaffected. Yeah, cola is unaffected. What's the cola? What kind of smash? It's spread wine everywhere. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, 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 oh. Shoot. Oh, I can't get to it this way. Where am I going? Yes, this way. It's got to be the master key. I don't have another break room, do I? This way. This way's faster. No, it's not. Idiot. Ooh, piece of candy. Alright, that's a day. Let's at least start another day. 14 green rooms. 2 solanariums, 2 cloisters, 2 curry yards, 2 spare terraces, 2 verandas. I'm going to draft 2 rooms first. See if I get a... see if I get a Geist bedroom. Money, 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 money. Lockbox. Okay. Never mind. I could... Of course I knew that was there. Sure, let's try chamber mirrors again. That could help with classroom, or that could have really killed the classroom. All right, classroom run, here we go. That's my suspicion too. I'm gonna go this way first. Oh, yes. Yes. Not yet. We have the gems. I think we just go for classrooms. I'm not going to eat the apples yet. Coat check is going to help. Coat check's going to help get the key out. Leave the apple for now. got the master key. I can use my other keys now. Now that's a really valuable lockbox. Gotta remember that's a chamber, chamber of mirrors. Okay. I don't mind a workshop here. I'm going to struggle with doors. This gets me up here, and then maybe some doors will... I can just go to the foundation, can't I? Battery pack. I'm going to ignore this classroom and go rotunda, because this is doors. And then we go for classroom up here. Six. 1 squared is 1, plus 3 is 4, squared is 16, take away 14 is 2. 20 divided by 20 is 1, times 20 is 20, squared is 400. That's not 20, it's 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Times 3 is 3. Squared is 9. Divided by 3 is 3. 10 squared is 100. Divided by 10 is 10. Divided by 10 is 1. Okay, rumpus room here and then classroom. We have yet to hear the sound of a dropping coin for ages.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened for one last time.
One last time.
By the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to impart to you one final vision.
Train station. Well, this is from the safe house, it looks like. Light a fire in room 8. That's not room 8, that's the angels. Blackbridge. Yeah, how do I get to Blackbridge?
In the dim, I see cavern walls of stone. A hollow lit by a sea of 1,000 burning stars.
Is that the cave from Blackbridge?
I see a treasure buried beneath the cliff rocks. A black mirror hidden among
I never took a jackhammer down there.
And within the black mirror, I see a figure. A figure standing in sullen snow.
Korika? That's the curse of Blackbridge.
I wish you to now know.
You call me Baron, this is only after
we meet again some distant
inheritance.
day, I will have nothing more to say.
I need to save off all those. Look at them another time. Alright, I guess there's a classroom here. Perfect. Eat the apple. Nah. Let me through! Just go for another classroom. Actually, don't mind an aquarium here. Rarities, interesting. I want to start a lab experiment? No, I don't. Here's my classroom. This is so great to do with the dancer. Oh, I need a magnifying glass for this. Huh. Never had that before. Cool. Art class. I'm gonna go for another break room here. And then from here we can get a classroom up around here. Can I go straight through? We've got the master key. We've got the master key. I could have redrawn there actually. But I don't mind getting more of these puzzles done. 15. 3 plus 1 plus 4 is 8. Take away 7 is 1. Times 18 is 18. Divided by 3 is 6. 1 plus 3 plus 2 is 6. Squared is 36. Take away 20 is 16. Divided by 16. Divided by 2 times by 2. 8. Take away 1, take away 2 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Divided by 5 is 3. Squared is 9. Money, 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 money. I'm still going to leave the apples. I was hoping that was going to give me a magnifying glass, to be honest. Okay. There's another classroom. Yeah, we'll do the classroom here. We can just snake our way up.
Grade 6.
Yeah, grade 6. Nice.
Okay, go down.
Okay. What happens if you hold and mirrors a Elzara on when he's got something more to say? Workshop might give me the thing I want. I'm just going to take workshop here. I can't go drawing room here. It's an extra reroll. Yeah, why not? Guess you can make a powered hammer. Maybe powered hammer is what I needed for security. Though I want the jackhammer underneath the elevator, maybe. Growth room is just +3 gems. Lab might be interesting here. Does it give me a magnifying glass? It does not. Every time you eat an apple. Ah. Sure. Okay, if we don't get we can start eating apples now. Oh, nice. We can definitely start eating apples now. There's my classroom. Into the antechamber. I don't care about antechamber today. Grade 8. Okay, just one more. I want the commissary. There it is. Alright, going up. Sure. Num 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 num. Alright, I'm ready. Reed. He lives in Iris. Orange. A greenhouse in Kurarika. Yellow. 0. 24. 11. 4. 1. 1. Carbon. NE. LL. Silver. Radon. 2. Morning Bay. 2. The tourist guide to Reddington mentioned it was third largest. 20 is Kurarika. Fenides. Mount Holly, Reddington, Fenides. Hay Bale, Mug of Ale. The art not in grade 5 classroom is Jungle. All these other ones have been on artwork around. Realize is not in there. General Teskin, 6th era, 22 years. I believe this one is Reddington. Reddington was the former capital. This is Nuance. This is one that I'm not sure of. It's not Colossus Orinda. That's what I did last time. It's either Royal Museum of Fen or Angel Tower. And I have marked as the next thing to try Royal Museum of Fen. Okay, 36. 35 is over here and it's 6. 36 down here is 21. 37 over here is 4. 38 is 14. 39 is 200. 40 is Hugh. Newgate. This one I think is, I got this one wrong before, pretty sure, and I think it's My Tree is Not Very Old. Everything else is talking about not and me. But this is my tree, and nothing about this is saying it's my tree. That one, I think this is the answer. I think I got it right last time. And then is C, Jeanette of Trevor. Last time I tried C and it was wrong. I have not found anything to help me with this one. It's not C. This one might have to be trial and error. And we'd have to do this one up to 4 times. Use my brain cell. A is 4,096. B is 100. C is 60. D is 46. I've looked at this and I haven't come up with anything for this. You square 8 and you square it again. You square 8 and you round it to the nearest 100. You round 8 to the nearest 100 and you square it. You square 8 and then you reverse it. This one looks the most prettiest, so I'm going for that one next. Okay, what else do we do today? Try to get ourselves a metal detector. To a music room here. I suppose I could have re-rolled. Prism key could actually help today. Mail room seems good. Something good for tomorrow. I'll walk back through everything. Order placed. Anything waiting on here for me? Take the pen with me. No, cool. Screamers screaming. Like. You can make another jackhammer. It really wants to give me the rotunda. Sure, give me some items. I could have re-rolled that, but it doesn't really matter. Maybe I should re-roll for the... Yep. Ah, should have eaten the apple before. I'm going fast because I need to finish up. Bunch of gems. Bunch of coins. Yeah. There's actually a lot more dirt there than the hole. And there should be less because the chests got removed. Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Information. Well, that was my answer. sacred circle. 46 was my answer to the final question. Eight. Rotation, 46. Bat and an eagle. I wonder if this is going to help tell me where Uncle went on his journey. There's nothing in here though about where cities are. Moorhaven, okay. I'd look at these guys over here. Symbols behind them, okay. Hitsphere third era. The lead balloon. Mora. We live on Mora. Oh. The moon symbol is an eclipse. This is south. The southern eclipse and the northern eclipse. The devoted moon, the rogue moon. Isles of Versailles. Desolates. Costa Rica's in the middle. South eclipse. North eclipse. Moon in the north. SCI must be C. Because ORR is west. West C. EJ I don't know that as a prefix or a suffix. North Sea. Suppose down the bottom you just run up to it. They don't have names on these angels. Alright, cool. Let's carry on through the aquarium. Gives me a corridor. Oh! I think I want a red room, and we reroll till we get our last room. There it is. We have now completed our directory. What are we going to lose as we go in? I am going to go and check my code check-in, my master key in. I'm going to go try to use the jackhammer with the elevator. I think the elevator is. And then we're going to go into the break room. We're going to go via the foundation. There's a classroom I walked through. I could have eaten the apple. The prison key pulls a room of the same type that you're just in. I was curious about from the aquarium. I wonder if it's just talking about what I've already found. Probably is. I need to re-watch Aljara's ones. I'll probably just find a place online. They've done them, just compiled them. Surely a jackhammer clears everything away and doesn't make it collapse even more. Hey, coat check. Okay, there and back again. I might have to call this day early because dinner is ready. If I can get myself the gift shop, it's going to be hard with only pulling blueprints. With primarily pulling blueprints. Yep, coat check is this way. Num 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 num. Do I care about the master key, honestly? I'll check it. I don't think I'm at a point where I care about the master key anymore. I probably should just check the magnifying glass. What else is worth drafting for the gift shop? A library could help with the gift shop, actually. Library goes that way. Yep. Okay. I do want to see what the gallery gives me again. Wrong. Wrong. Num 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 num. Okay, new room. Goodbye, magnifying glass. Here's my trophy. The Explorer's Trophy for completing the Mount Holy Directory. Okay, these just rotate. And I want black. No. I want pink. going to brute force this. We're going to separate them. Yes, I know. I'll be there shortly. What I might do... Oh, got it. Okay, let's just go finish this day. I've got the upgrade disc. Security. Cloister. Raise your luck with each green room you draw from the cloister. Rinna, Dowla, or Rinda. This needs a screenshot. This needs 3 screenshots. Open a random drawer of the antechamber for each black room you draft in the cloister. Gain 2 stars for each room with an animal you draft from this cloister. Raise your luck with each green room you draft from the cloister. I think I want to raise my luck. If we want to get to the antechamber, then we open up, then we can get ourselves to the antechamber. We're really good with green rooms. Okay, and then we were heading back to... That's what I wanted. Yes, that's what I wanted. Go, 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 go. One Man Holy Gift Shop. Look at them. 8. Can't get freezer. This gives me a permanent upgrade. Resort. Another trophy room. Gallery. Everything's still open. That answers that question. And what happens with this? That doesn't fit. Okay, cool. Ballroom. Come on, Mount Holly gift shop. Really wants me to take some of these other ones. What other keys do I have? Ah. I can't freeze my money either. It's highly unlikely that I could get what I wanted. Okay, that'll do. Break room and dinner.
Dinner do it already.
I will be right there.
What are you playing? What are you playing, Dad?
Blueprints.
Blue bit. Maybe the same. You be playing this with Lemon.
He's just been watching me.
And he played this too. What had to do in the game? What you had to do in here, Dad?
Solve puzzles and work out how things work.
Mm. Model.
Alright. Nothing else for me to do. Calling it a day.
Bye. You didn't play this tomorrow.
Perplexing campus of tomorrow. 3 puzzle rooms, 9 classrooms, library, 4 tomorrow rooms. Save and quit. Alright, we will see you maybe tonight.
Bye.
Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And
Baby.
yeah, see you around.
Baby.
Bye.
Baby.